Well, good morning and welcome to the morning show here at Daryllorette Cafe. I'm your host, Darylorette. Well, as usual, I just came from the kitchen, just fixed myself a big bowl of oatmeal, 2 chopped bananas, and this morning I have a cup of lemon tea. So I'm hungry. I've been at it now for quite a while. I've been blogging videos and whatnot, and I'm really hungry. And I'm going to have my breakfast. So feel free to have your breakfast if you're in the same situation as I am. And if you're not, well, have your breakfast anyway. All right, let's dig in. So yesterday I had to run a few personal errands. I had to go down to the drugstore and pick up some stuff down there, and then I had to go get a haircut. If you can see, my hair is a little shorter than it was yesterday. Got to get a haircut at least every 3 months. And also, just luckily enough, I brought my camera with me. It was a little cloudy, but there was enough light to take some pictures, and I managed to take 18 photos, put them up on my pro Flickr account and my Facebook account. And out of the 18, I found 3 that I think it was 3 that I really liked, and I blogged them on my one of my typepad blogs. So after I went down to the drugstore, got a haircut, then I had walked on the way down there. I took a different route. I sort of, instead of walking the main streets along Ottawa and whatnot, I went through some alleyways, I guess you could call them. There's almost, it's interesting. There's a lot of them in the area. There's alleyways running between buildings, houses and whatnot, in the back of houses that it seem to be public access. And I've seen students and kids walking through them and whatnot, and even adults. So I decided to go exploring with my camera and see if there was anything interesting to take a photo of. I did find a lot of a lot of in the back of the buildings. There's a lot of character in the back of a building. You see, there's a lot of graffiti, and I took some pictures of graffiti and whatnot, and the backs of buildings and the alleyways themselves, and it's sort of like a kind of like a documentary of what goes on in the alleyway. If you've seen any of my photos up on Flickr or Facebook, you'll see that I've actually walked along streets, main streets, and there's an alleyway that seems to go on forever. And I've literally stood on the sidewalk and I've taken a picture down that alleyway, but I've never ventured down the alleyway in order to explore it and see if there's anything interesting to take a photo of. Now I'm getting a little adventurous, and now I'm going to start to explore those alleyways when I get the opportunity and see if there's anything interesting down there to find. Hopefully I don't find any dead bodies. Oh, it's feeling a bit like a a forensic photographer yesterday, going around taking photos of crime scenes. I spent, God, about over an hour blogging 9 videos and watching them all as well. Apparently, after 35 years, the $6 million man is coming out on DVD. And Steve Austin, aka Lee Majors, was talking about it on one of the videos that I blogged. I was a big fan of that when I was a kid. I had the $6 million doll action figure, and you could look at the back of his head, and you could see through his eye. They had a hole in the back of his head that went through to his eye, and you could look like you were the $6 million man out his eye. You know, it's like I think it was like a 12-inch figure or something like that. Not one of those little tiny things. Just it was a bigger action figure. I had that when I was about 10, I think. And he had the red jumpsuit on. I remember the episode where Andre the Giant played Bigfoot, and I thought, wow, man, that is so cool. I guess I've been a science fiction fan since I was probably 7 years old, when I first discovered Lost in Space back in 1972, I think it was. Early 70s. I used to watch that in black and white on our black and white TV. My first crush was Angela Cartwright, Penny. Yeah, I started young. So after that, I went to the grocery store on my way home. On my way home, I retraced my steps and walked back through the alleyways and whatnot. Well, actually, I didn't go through. After I got my hair cut, I had to go through. I went through another alleyway because I had went down part of an alleyway, and I came out on one street, and then down on another street. There's alleyways all over the place. So I was in 2 different alleyways because I went on the way down, I went in one direction, and then on the way back I went in another direction, and I wind up in the same alleyway, but I had to come out. I was going to take some more pictures because the lighting was better, because the sun was further up in the sky, and I wanted to go back through the alleyway and take pictures again of the same areas because the lighting was much better, because the sun was further up in the sky. But I had to cut that short in order to go to the grocery store. So I went to the grocery store, and then I went home. So the problem is in the morning like that, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and there's a bit of cloud on the horizon as the sun's coming up, and it's blocking the sunlight. So it takes longer for the sun to get over those clouds in order to provide some good daylight, some good sunlight, in order to take photos, or else you wind up in the shadow when you're taking photos in the shadows. And those don't necessarily turn out that well because you can't see very well. And some of them just kind of turn out, they look okay when you're looking at them in the camera. But then when you put them up on Flickr and or Facebook, and you can look at them as a bigger picture, you can see that it's just slightly, ever so slightly, just a little bit blurry, just enough to kind of ruin the shot, you know. But if it's a small picture, you can't tell. It's only when you blow it up and you look at it as a bigger picture that you can tell it's just a little blurry because you just moved just a little bit. Well, we're hoping that today, right now, it's 34 degrees, and again it says it's cloudy. So hopefully the sun will come up again today, and I gotta hopefully get out there again today and see if I can take some more photos. Well, it looks like we're running out of time again, so I'm gonna have to let you go. I'm gonna finish my oatmeal. I'll get back to you again tomorrow, hopefully, and let you know how today went. Hopefully I'll be able to take some pictures and whatnot. So until next time, this is daryllorette here at daryllorette Cafe, wishing you a good day. We'll see you next time.